All right, boys and girls. So many of you know the story of the 98 Tennessee-Arkansas game where Tennessee was down 24-22 with just a couple minutes left to go. They're driving, but they have a fourth, and I don't know, I think it's 9 or 10 or whatever they have to complete in order to complete the comeback and come from behind and beat Arkansas. Well, as history tells us, we didn't make that fourth down, which is the play coming up here. And subsequently, Arkansas got the ball right there at midfield-ish. With just a couple minutes, I think, left to go. All they had to do was run out the clock. Game over. Here's where our boy Billy Ratliff comes into play. A lot of you have asked, who is Billy Ratliff, the former Tennessee player that is partnered with Catfish on the Volunteer Roadshow channel? Well, if you don't know, this movie will help educate you. This movie is called Greater. It is a great movie. It's the story about Brandon Burlsworth, a offensive guard for the Arkansas Razorbacks, who was a walk-on his freshman year, busted his hind end, ended up getting a scholarship, became an All-American, was on his way to a shocking national championship, possibly, if they could upset the #1 and undefeated Vols in game number 9 of the season in Neyland Stadium. Well, they were on their way to doing it until Billy Ratliff happened. Here's the fourth down play, and then we'll get to the good stuff, and I'll walk you through some of this. And these are actual... That's an actual game clip there, and then they like that is movie clip. So they mix actual game footage in with Hollywood. That is John Ward. That is not Philip Fulmer, although it looks a lot like him. So here it is, Arkansas about to run the clock out and win the game.
And now all Arkansas has to do is run out the clock. Another huge victory for this Cinderella team. Nobody can deny that the Arkansas Razorbacks earned this.
Now the story is told that on this play, Billy Ratliff, who had been getting beat by Brandon Burlsworth all night, blew Brandon up on this play, knocking him back, causing his feet to get tangled with Clint Sterner, the quarterback's feet, causing Clint Sterner to fall, I think, forward maybe. Anyway, he stuck the ball out there to brace his fall, fumbles it. Billy recovers the fumble, and the rest is history. And here is the movie portrayal of this.
Win today.
I think Sports Illustrated has its next cover.
Down to 11 for Arkansas, 1:47 remaining. One timeout left.
Burlsworth has already hit Sterner with his feet. There's Billy.
Sterner lost the football. Oh my goodness! He stumbled and fumbled, and Billy Ratliff recovered. Oh, Arkansas had the game won, and Clint Sterner laid the football on the ground, and Tennessee recovers dangerously close to scoring position. What a devastating blow for this Arkansas team.
Now, the next part they don't show on TV in the movie. Tennessee takes the ball and crams it down Arkansas's throat with Travis Henry. Run after run after run. There you go. Arkansas had no hope of stopping Tennessee at that point.
Tennessee remains undefeated as they snatch victory from an Arkansas team that seemed to have...
That's actual footage there. That's not. I've always wondered if this conversation actually happened between Burlsworth and Sterner.
And here is the play that fans will be talking about for years to come.
Oh, about 20 years later, say, perhaps, maybe?
Play doesn't win or lose a football game. Clint Sterner played in an excellent football game. 3 touchdown passes.
Don't you think he also fumbled away the victory when you guys had the game in the bag? I'm sorry, Clinton. It wasn't your fault. I tricked you. Oh, no.
There's Billy. See?
You don't have to take the heat. They'll crucify you. It'll be awful. And it's just not fair. I'm gonna tell them I did it. But it wasn't your fault, Barnes. The 4-1 down is a part of the game. It doesn't give me a license to drop the ball. You wouldn't have dropped anything if it wasn't for my feet getting in the way. I mean, after all we worked this season.
Shouldn't have been rolling out.
We ruined our shot at the
Houston
national
Nuts'
championship.
fault, not your fault, Burles.
5 years from now, no one's going to remember who won the national championship or not. You have to look it up in a book.
Yeah, 5 years from then, nobody's going to remember who won the national championship. They're going to have to look it up in a book. Or watch a BBD video and look at his hat. I remember who won the national championship 20 years ago. Do you, Vols? Do you, Clint Sterner? Shout out to Billy Ratliff. Shout out also to Brandon Burlsworth, who is no longer with us. He has gone on to be with his Lord and Savior at the very young age of 22. And this is a great movie. You should watch it. Seriously. I mean, every second of this movie is just edge of your seat, gripping. It's good stuff, man. Go Vols. Screw y'all's team. And we'll see you Saturday at Hound Dogs. And I'm looking forward to shaking Billy Ratliff's hand and showing him that I won't fumble the ball like Clint did.